channel. Today I have a special guest. Hi! Mama Joyce!
Hi guys!
So all throughout quarantine we have been making, or she has been making, her famous
caramel pecan rolls. It's a family recipe that I've modified over the years.
And today we're going to show you all our tips and tricks and how to make it.
Alright, well the first thing you start off with is yeast. To activate the yeast you need 3/4 of a cup of warm water. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar to our lukewarm water. I use the rapid rise just because it's faster.
And we're a little impatient in this household. So
and when bread comes out of the oven, everyone
we want it
wants
fast.
it. So if you want to pour some of that milk into,
okay, so this is
1/4 of a cup, have half and half, and 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of butter.
And we melted this.
Yeah, just so it incorporates a little bit, and half a cup of water. Just mix it. I just want to show you right now. Look at this yeast now.
Oh wow. It just got so frothy.
Just while we were making that liquid form of it.
So that only takes about like less than
a couple minutes.
5 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
So the hot water activates the yeast.
Exactly, but you don't want it too hot because it'll kill the yeast. So it's that fine line between lukewarm water and enough for that, and that sugar, the yeast is eating up all that sugar in there to make it frothy, so it's really ready to go. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Now, most of the time they want to have dry ingredients mixed together separately, but I'm really busy most of the time. I just dump all of the dry ingredients on top and just kind of stir them up. Then it incorporates it enough. I've never had my yeast go flat. The reason why they do that is the salt will deactivate the yeast if you have it directly in it.
Oh, so then you want to put the salt in last.
And then just stir it in. Okay, so now we're going to start out on stir. And so because if you start off faster, it'll fly up on you.
Okay, like it already has.
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll start slow.
Okay. We want to now start to slowly add the final cup or more of bread flour. So just kind of shake it in. See, can you hear your machine start to binding a little?
Oh, there we go.
You hear that difference of that sound of that machine?
Yeah.
This could use a little more flour. I like to err on the side of having the dough a little bit moist because when I'm kneading it, I can adjust the flour then. Go ahead and get a full cup of flour and just do half of it on here. And then you just release and pour that sticky dough onto the center. You want to take it from the bottom and see how I have flour in the middle here. Then I fold it onto itself and then fold it onto itself so it keeps on absorbing some of that flour. So now when you have enough flour in there, you start working it. You push your hands in.
Okay. So go in like this. So like,
fold it underneath.
Fold it under.
Well, that was a good question.
And then knead it like this?
Well, I use the heels of my hands. There you go. So let's look at the consistency of this dough that you just worked. Remember how sticky it was when we poured it down?
Yeah.
You worked in some of the side flour and created these nice elastic bands that makes that dough so stretchy, and it'll make it a nice, light, airy loaf.
So how would you describe this consistency?
A fat man's stomach?
It's like a little squishy?
Yeah, like Pillsbury Doughboy that goes ee, you know?
Oh yeah, okay.
So, that's a good way. If you put your finger in, you'll see it bounce back.
Oh.
See?
Okay.
See how it's bouncing? That's elasticity. And now we're going to let this rise for about an hour or so. I have a warming drawer, but if you don't have a warming drawer, you can turn on your oven for about 5 or 10 minutes and then turn it off.
Yeah.
And then you put it in with the door slightly open.
Okay.
So Cynthia, while the dough is rising, why don't we go ahead and make the caramel for the base of the rolls?
Sounds great.
Okay, so my mom used to make the caramel on her stove and made it directly in the 9x13 pan. But I like to do things a lot faster because I don't have time to stir it and whatever, so I use the microwave wherever I can.
Ooh, okay. I like shorter and faster.
Okay, so I take a microwave container and put in 1 cube of butter, which is a half a cup, about 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of Karo syrup. Pop this then in the microwave and for 2 minutes, pour that caramel that you've been stirring right into our 9x13 pan. Some of those crushed nuts and sprinkle them right on top of your caramel. This is what we're going to place our rolled out dough in later. So we can set this aside and let it just firm up. Are you ready to get your dough out of the warming
let's see
drawer?
how much it is.
Oh.
Okay.
Now
This is a
double-
big boy.
Yeah, that's doubled in size. So that's beautiful dough.
Look how big this got.
Look at this little air pocket. Your dough is going to be really light and
Air,
just
pop
dump
it
it
on.
right on.
Okay.
We're just adding a little flour to the top is because we don't want it to stick to our rolling pin. That's perfect.
Okay.
We're going to kind of make our beginning rectangle.
Like that?
Yeah, straight out. We're making it elongate. And now pull it down the other way, sideways.
Oh, this way?
Yeah. That's perfect. And then do the exact same. We're trying to keep a uniform thickness.
I think I made it a little too thick and a little too thin on this side.
We can solve that. It's all doable. So that looks beautiful.
Yeah, I also see all these little air pockets here.
Yeah, that means you
That's a
bread
good
it.
sign.
That's a good sign. So why don't you go ahead and take that melted butter and pour a stripe right down the middle. Perfect. Now just smooth it out so you're coating that whole surface.
Oh, wow, I think I may have put a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Is that too much?
No, there's never too much butter.
It feels really good on my hands.
Okay, we're not massaging.
Okay.
Go ahead and sprinkle some of your cinnamon sugar. You know, you don't have to be shy with this cinnamon sugar because that's what brings out the flavor. So now we're going to roll it into a tube.
Okay.
So
That's gonna get real messy.
yes, it is. No.
Okay.
All right, I start on like you're rolling up a carpet. You want to try to keep it as tight as possible. You start on that side and you know, you tuck it in.
Oh, tuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
tuck.
so we're getting real close.
Yeah,
Like real tight.
Yeah. We're going to try to make this and to, like a carpet roll, you want to end up all straight. And see how this one comes in really far in?
Yeah.
Because it has
Oh, you-
gluten, we can just stretch it out.
Oh, okay.
So we don't lose any of those corners. So we're going to cut this in quarters. Now sometimes these ends here are not as pretty, and when we put it in the pan we want this nice cinnamon swirl to show. So we're going to cut about 1.5 inches or so. This is a common thing. Make this one a little bit thicker and this one a little bit thinner.
Oh, okay.
Look at that, that's gorgeous. Okay.
That was my best cut yet.
It was. All right, why don't you go ahead and get the caramel and then we can place these. The biggest ones in the corner.
Okay.
Now look at this one right here. See this big one next to this small one? It filled in the small one's space.
Right.
So then it's going to bake beautifully.
Ooh.
Okay, so we have to let this rise now for about 45 minutes.
Here it is.
The big reveal.
Ta-da!
Whoa, that looks so good.
So it does rise quite a bit, actually. In the oven it goes.
Set alarm for 20 minutes.
Yay!
Alarm for 3:38 p.m.
Alright, perfect 20-minute nap time.
Wow.
So you just run a knife just along the edge. So when you're turning it upside down, that the edge doesn't stick and hold up the roll. What you're seeing really right now is the bottom side of the roll.
Because we're going to flip it over.
I just take ordinary pot holders and I grab the edge of the pan and flip it
Ooh.
just like that.
Okay.
So then you take a fork.
Go this way with the
Okay.
big reveal.
Okay, you take a fork and you gently kind of lift up a corner,
Wow.
the caramel roll end product.
That is beautiful.
Well, you did it! I'm so
smells
proud of you.
Delicious.
Come on, remember the corners have the big ones.
I really like the outside.
Okay,
Because
so.
they like a crispy exterior and soft and
Oh, look at how wonderfully flaky that is. Yeah.
I'm just gonna use my fingers.
Oh yeah. Whoopsie.
Mmm.
It really turned out good.
So good.
You're gonna be an expert baker in no time. I'm so proud of you.
I wish everyone watching this could taste this right now.
It
But
is so good.
you guys all can make it at home now.
Happy baking.
Thank you, Mama Joyce.
Oh, you're so welcome, sweetheart. Love you.
Thanks for sharing your family recipe with the world.
A modified family recipe. All right.
Thanks for
Happy
watching.
baking.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to my first recipe video with Mama Joyce. Drop us a comment if you learned something new and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.
Yay. Oh, good.
I wasn't recording.
You're joking.
It wasn't recording?
Oh, I got it on this one. I'm just playing.
It was he.